For decades, a spinning CD-ROM signaled a game was starting. Today, it is replaced by a silent digital progress bar as physical media fades away. We used to treat the internet as a destination, a place we logged into and eventually left to return to the real world. But by 2026, that relationship has reversed. The digital realm is no longer somewhere we visit, it is the infrastructure we live within. To see the speed of this transition, we only have to look at a single week in July 2026. Across music, gaming, film, and finance, 4 massive industry shifts occurred simultaneously, each one signaling a move away from physical and human-centric systems. Collectively, these headlines suggest that the virtual is no longer a gimmick or a niche subculture. We are watching the moment the digital world transitions from a secondary option to our primary operating system. This shift is visible in how we define a cultural icon. In July 2026, the Anime Expo hosted the announcement of Emerge Mode Miku, a collaboration EP featuring Hatsune Miku, the world's most famous Vocaloid, alongside Western artists like Grimes and Odeditari. While Miku has been a powerhouse in Japan for years, this project represents a push for mainstream Western acceptance. By having pop stars build original tracks around a synthetic voice, the industry is signaling that a digital avatar is now a legitimate peer. But while musicians are embracing synthetic creators, Hollywood is fighting them in court. Midjourney is currently locked in a legal battle with legacy studios like Disney and Warner Bros. Discovery over the use of copyrighted material. Midjourney's legal team has responded with a bold demand. They want the studios to disclose their own internal AI research, datasets, and machine learning weights. It is a hypocrisy defense. Midjourney is betting that if the court looks closely enough, they will find the major studios are already using the exact same AI tools for visual effects that they are currently trying to sue. If a virtual avatar can headline a global album and AI algorithms are quietly assisting the production of major films, the boundary between human and synthetic authorship is becoming impossible to enforce. This virtualization doesn't just change who creates our media, it changes how we own it. On July 1, 2026, Sony announced that it will cease production of physical PlayStation discs for all new games starting in 2028. By eliminating manufacturing and retail, the 30% cut that went to stores now stays with Sony. But for the consumer, this marks the end of ownership. Digital games are licenses that can be revoked, turning collections into temporary access passes. We see a similar trend in the AI market. On July 4th, news spread of a chat playground AI offer providing lifetime access to over 20 different AI models for a single $55 payment. This model relies on API arbitrage, buying access from providers like OpenAI in bulk. However, the fine print reveals that lifetime access is restricted by server costs and future company decisions, making the promise of permanent virtual access fragile. In a virtual-first economy, the concept of a product is being replaced by a service. We are moving toward a world where we no longer own assets, but merely rent access from the companies that control the servers. Even our history is being pulled into this digital framework. On the 250th anniversary of American independence, Google released an ad showing Thomas Jefferson drafting the Declaration of Independence using Gemini AI. The ad sparked immediate backlash, with critics arguing that inserting an AI assistant into a moment of human political struggle was a step too far. This marketing strategy attempts to frame AI as a natural evolution of human capability, an assistant that has always belonged in the room. But the public's reaction suggests a deep-seated anxiety about machines claiming a place in our historical identity. While we may accept virtual pop stars and digital-only games, attempting to digitize our history reveals the point where society still clings to the necessity of human effort. While the public debates the ethics of AI, the technical plumbing of our world is being rebuilt to support it. On July 3rd, the Moonbeam blockchain announced its migration from Polkadot to Base, the Ethereum layer developed by Coinbase. This migration marks a pivot in objective. Moonbeam is moving away from serving as a general-purpose platform and is instead positioning itself as the settlement layer for autonomous AI agents. For an ecosystem of AI agents to function, the network needs ultra-low fees and high speeds to handle millions of microtransactions. This is infrastructure built for machines to trade with other machines, independent of human intervention. Physical disks are being phased out, human authorship is contested in court, and financial networks are being optimized for machine-to-machine commerce. The transition to a virtual-first existence is reaching its final stages. Our remaining choice is no longer whether we will join this new reality, but which human values we will prioritize as we complete our migration into it.